Good day everyone, welcome to our class and we have our topic for today. But before anything else, let's have a safety protocols reminder. Number 1, wash your hand time by time. Number 2, sanitize your hand. And number 3, stay with distance. Let's have first our activity. 4 picks, 1 word. Are you familiar with this? Let's get it on! Guess the word! Let us see your answer, and if you answered measure, you are correct. Next picture. What is the word? And if you answered position, very good, you are correct. Next picture. If your answer is divide, definitely yes. Next picture. Very good. If you answered 10, awesome. Next picture. Yes, it is correct. If you answered equal, then it is the correct answer. Last word. Oh, you got it correctly. You answered parts. Very good. Let us now try to recall our answers. So we have the following, which is divide, position, 10, equal, measure, and parts. Because our topic for today is all about deciles. Let's have our objectives. Letter A, identify the procedure in calculating measure of positions of ungrouped data, the deciles. Letter B, calculate a specified measure of position of set of data. And letter C, appreciate the usefulness of measures of position in real-life situations. So, let us try to recall what is a quartile. How many parts it was divided? Very good. It is divided into 4 equal parts. We have the quartile 1, quartile 2, quartile 3, and of course the highest score, which is quartile 4. Now, what is your idea about deciles? Yes, you are correct. So, deciles, by the word deci, it means it was divided into 10 equal parts, from decile 1, decile 2, until the highest score, which is decile 10. The deciles for ungrouped data. The deciles are the 9 score points which divide a distribution into 10 equal parts. Deciles are denoted by D1, D2, D3 until D9. They are computed in the same way that the quartiles are calculated. Example. Find the 3rd decile and the 7th decile of the distribution. The numbers are 3, 5, 2, 5, 4, 6, 8, 7, and 4. So, our first step is we have to arrange the values in ascending order. There you go. In finding the position of the 3rd decile, use 3 over 10 times the quantity n plus 1, where n is the number of values. So we have the position D3 is equal to 3 over 10 times the quantity 9 plus 1. And the value we have is 3. So D3 is the 3rd data. What is the 3rd data? So we have 4. In finding the position of the 7th decile, use 7 over 10 times the quantity n plus 1, where n is the number of values. So position of D7 equals 7 over 10 times the quantity 9 plus 1. And the answer is 7. D7 is the 7th data. Let us now try to check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And the seventh data, which is the number 6. Look at the distribution. Third decile, or D3, the value in the distribution that falls under the computed position of D3. Seventh decile, or D7, the value in the distribution that falls under the computed position of D7. So we have D3 is equal to 4, and D7 is equal to 7. Okay? Next. What can you see on the picture? Yes, it is during the pandemic. Now, what is this? A coronavirus. We have noticed that the spread of coronavirus is very fast. Now, there are countries that you can notice that are affected by the coronavirus. The WHO, or World Health Organization, said that the vaccine for coronavirus will be given to only 2 countries in the 4th decile and 7th decile. Let's have an activity. Activity 2. What country is in the 4th decile? What country is in the 7th decile? Is it fair that WHO said that they only have vaccines to those 2 countries? What can we do to prevent the virus from spreading? Okay, so these are the number of cases in each country. Now, list of countries with the number of cases. Look on the table carefully. So we have Iran, Mongolia, Bhutan, Malaysia, Myanmar, Brunei, Korea, Vietnam, Japan, Sri Lanka, India, Cambodia, Macau, Russia, China, Indonesia, Thailand. Okay? And so on. So we have the formula where dk, or d sub k, is equal to k times the quantity n plus 1 all over 10, where k is the k term and n is the total number of data. Now, looking back on the table, solving for d4, we have 4 times the quantity 19 plus 1 all over 10. So we have 4 times 20 all over 10, which is equal to 80 over 10. We have the final answer, which is 8. So we have the 8th position. D4 is equal to 20, which is Myanmar. The 4th decile that will have a vaccine is Myanmar with 20 cases. Looking back on the table, let us find D7 is equal to 7 times the quantity 19 plus 1 all over 10 is equal to 7 times 20 all over 10. We have 140 divided by 10, which is equal to 14th, or the 14th position. So D7 is equal to 42, which is Bhutan. The 7th decile that will have a vaccine is Bhutan with 42 cases. Let's now have another activity. Activity 2. What country is in the 4th decile? What country is in the 7th decile? Is it fair that WHO said that they only have vaccines to those 2 countries? What can we do to prevent the virus from spreading? A group of students obtained the following scores in their statistics long test. Find the 3rd decile and the 6th decile of the following scores of a random sample 10 students. So given the following numbers. So first, we arrange the numbers. Finding D3 is equal to 3 times the quantity 10 plus 1 all over 10. We have 3 times 11 divided by 10. 33 divided by 10, which is equal to 3.3. Using linear interpolation, okay, let us subtract 32 minus 28. Because we have in the third position 1, 2, 3, which is 28, and we have the next number to it, which is 32. So subtracting the 2, we have 4, then multiplying 4 to 0.3, which is the decimal point of our position, and the answer is 1.2. We will now add 1.2 to the lower number, which is 28. So the answer, which is 29.2. So we now have our D3, or the decile 3, which is 29.2. Let's now find D6. We have 6 times the quantity 10 plus 1 all over 10. 6 times 11 all over 10. Let us divide 66 over 10. We have 6.6. Since there's a decimal point, let us just try to locate the 6th value and the 7th value. So using linear interpolation, 44 minus 41 is equal to 3. So multiplying 3 times 0.6, so we have 1.8. Adding it to the lower number, which is 41, so the value, which is 42.8. We have our decile 6, which is equal to 42.8. Let's have activity 3. The weights of the students in the class are the following. Let us calculate the following: D4, D6, and D9. Let us now see. Okay, let us now try to solve. Let us see your answer. So for D4, we have 4 times the quantity 15 plus 1 all over 10. So we have the value, which is 6.4. Since 6.4 places between 6th and 7th value, which is 66, therefore D4 is also 66. Now, let's find D6. So 6 times the quantity 15 plus 1 all over 10. Then we have the value 9.6. Using linear interpolation, 70 minus 69 is equal to 1. And let us multiply it from the decimal point. So we have final answer, which is 69.6. So we have our decile 6. Finding decile 9. So we have 9 times the quantity 15 plus 1 all over 10. Getting the value, which is 14.4. Using linear interpolation, we have 88 minus 83 is equal to 5. Multiplying it by the decimal number, which is 0.4, the value, which is 2. And let us add it to the lower number, which is 2 plus 83 is equal to 85. And our D9 is equal to 85. Let's have a group activity. Let us now try to check. You will divide into 3 groups. Each group will do the task assigned to them in a limited time. 1 presenter for each group. Okay, so we have the group 1. So this what you are going to do, followed by the group 2 and group 3. So this is the rubrics for our presentation. And organization, we have 5 points. Creativity, which is 5 points. Accuracy and precision, we have 5 points. And the total, which is 15 points. Okay, you may now do it. Now, let us have another activity, activity 5. Consider the situation below and solve the following problem. Mr. Mel Santiago is the sales manager of Jerry's bookstore. He had 40 sales staff members who visit college professors all over the Philippines. Each Saturday morning, he requires his sales staff to send him a report. This report includes, among the other things, the number of professors visited during the previous week. Listed below, ordered from smallest to largest, are the numbers of professors visited last week. Now, let us determine the following: D4, D6, and D8. Okay, so these are the answers. So check your own work. Be honest. As a recap, What is decile? The deciles are the 9 score points which divide the distribution into 10 equal parts. They are deciles and are denoted as D1, D2, D3 until D9. They are computed in the same way that the quartiles are calculated. To find the deciles, we can use the k times the quantity n plus 1 all over 10 as the formula. Okay, for our assessment, in this set of data, solve the following: D3, D5, and D7. So, let us check your answer if those are correct. So we have 29, 36, and 38.6. Very good. So now, the reflection. In your journal, write your personal insights about the lesson using the prompt below. I understand that, and I realize that.